Hello, I'm all dressed up for a black tie wedding. Figured I'd tell you a story that might change your life. There was a young man who went to work for the company of Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world. The man's dream was that one day he can get some time with Warren Buffett to get some wise advice from him. That day finally came. He got a meeting set up with Warren Buffett. He went in and said, Mr. Buffett, I just want you to give me some advice. Tell me what I can do to become successful. Warren Buffett thought for a minute and said, what I want you to do is go home tonight and write down a list of your top 20 goals in your life, the top 20 things you want to accomplish. So the man did that, and he came back the next day. He said, I've got the list. Warren Buffett looked over the list and said, okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to organize this list from number 1 to number 20. The most important one first and the least important one last. So the man went home that night and agonized for hours, getting them in order. Which one's most important? Which one's least important? So he came back with the list the next day. Warren Buffett said, well, what do you think I'm going to tell you to do now? He said, I think you're going to tell me to look at this list and take the top 3 or 4 and focus on those. And then when I get extra time and working weekends and working extra hours, then fit in these others. Fit in these others when I have time and when I can squeeze them in, and to work extra effort to squeeze all these in. Warren Buffett said, no. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on the top 5. I want you to prioritize your life around the top 5. I want you to only work on these top 5 things. These other 15, I want you to not spend 1 hour, 1 second of any day working on any of these other 15. Don't do any effort towards these other 15. Only work on these 5. And not until you achieve one of these 5 and you can take it off the list, then you can add in one of these other 15 into the list. The lesson that the man learned that day is that it's not just about prioritizing your schedule, but you have to schedule in your priorities.